guys, we got a crazy windy start to the day out here today. Looking forward to getting out there and seeing what we can do, but I don't know that today is going to be really helpful to my tournament. But we're out here on Lake Havasu today. I don't know, the winds are probably like 30 to 40 mile an hour, no joke. It's pretty crazy out here. So we are out here practicing for the Major League Fishing Toyota Series event out here in Lake Havasu. It's the first Western Division event of the season. So looking forward to getting out there, looking forward to competing, and looking forward to getting off to a good start for this Western Division series. So it's time to get this boat in the water and get out there and try to catch some fish. Well guys, we're on the water and it's still pretty windy. It's gonna be bumpy out there. Gonna have to put the cameras away because we're probably gonna get a little bit wet, which is good, which is fine because we got the buck and bass bibs on and I got my 6-inch blade jacket on. It's gonna repel some water as well. I wanted to give this thing a shot. Normally I'd be wearing my buck and bass rain gear complete set, but I wanted to try out the blade 6-inch jacket today. So we're gonna go out there, we're gonna try to find some wind protected areas and try to catch a couple fish today. So because the wind's so bad today, I had to go find some wind protected areas, and I decided to start off with the jerkbait. I have a feeling these fish are gonna be a little bit deeper than this jerkbait is gonna get to, but it'd be nice to catch some jerkbait fish out here. The water temp's in the low 50s, like 51, 52. These fish are right on the cusp of the spawn. So these fish are gonna move a lot. It's cold and windy today, and by the time the tournament comes around, the weather forecast is gonna be warm and sunny. So it'll be interesting to see how much these fish change over the course of about a week. So one of the other things that I wanna try while I'm out here today is cranking in about 15 foot of water. There's a lot of man-made habitat in that depth range, and I think, you know, fishing something like a Cloud9 C15, bouncing it off that man-made habitat, that could get a lot of really good quality bites, and it's probably the right depth range for a lot of these fish for this time of year. They should be moving up just purely based on time of year, length of days, all that kind of stuff, because they're right there. They're wanting to spawn right now. It's late February, but you just don't know until you get out here and you start fishing. So we're just gonna have to bounce around, try some different baits and see what happens. Guys, it's cold out here. I was afraid I was gonna be too hot. I got a long sleeve fishing shirt on, a sweatshirt, this blade, jacket, then the bibs and everything, and I am not hot whatsoever. I'm not cold, it's like the perfect amount of clothing, but I was afraid I was gonna get hot. But it's cold out here, it's windy, and I don't even know where to begin because some of the stuff I'd like to do right now I can't do because of the wind. So we just have to make the best of it and just keep plugging along and see what happens. I don't even know if I'm gonna catch fish today. Cold north wind, cold water, deep fish. I think these fish are out on these points still. I think they're still kind of in their winter patterns. I'm not exactly sure. Haven't been out here long enough to know for 100%, but that's the way it's looking so far. Oh, there's one. I got one on. What do I got though? Cranking them on that C15 on the outside of this point. Oh, I got a good largemouth. Good largemouth in the boat. Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one, guys. Check that thing out right there. C15 right in the face. Maybe a little 3-4 pounder. There we go. I could do some of that. I could do some cranking. Love to do some cranking. Look at that thing. Right in the mouth. Perfect. Jank juice. There you go, bait man. I like that. I like that. All right, well, it's time to put this guy back. Give ourselves a little waypoint. Secondary point coming into this big spawning bay. This fish is exactly where it should be. Get a little release action. See you later, buddy. Let's catch you again. Tournament day. Well, guys, not gonna lie, that's the kind of fish that we need out here at Lake Havasu. We need those 3 to 4 pounders, and we need about 5 of them this time of year. 20 plus pound bags will be caught in this tournament regardless of how tough it is, so we definitely need to get some real good bags. We need to get a lot of quality fish. We got to figure out a pattern. We got to figure out how to catch 5 a day in order to have a good tournament. You don't have to always have limits to have a solid tournament out here, but if you want to be top 10, you want to win one of these things, you got to have solid limits every single day. These guys smash them out here on Havasu. Well, that is a good sign that these fish are on these secondary points. It's really where they should be, coming into these spawning flats. Hopefully that's the start of a pattern, because if it is, we might be able to follow these fish throughout the week. But it also tells me that some of these fish are getting real close to spawn. It's any day now, and we're really gonna have to pay attention. Catching a good quality pre-spawn fish like that is important. You can really tell that it's pre-spawn by the size of its belly. It hasn't laid any eggs, it's not skinny, and just a good sign. Hopefully that's just not a one-time deal. Hopefully we can get another bite and kind of just get an idea that these fish are on these secondary points coming in these spawning bays. So what I want to do right now is identify what that fish was holding on. I'm going to see if I can identify what's on that secondary point. Maybe it's a grass patch, brush pile, man-made structure, something like that, to see if I can start putting the details together for the pattern and not just be satisfied with secondary point. What about that secondary point made that fish want to hold on it? So I'm going to idle over there and see what is down underneath the water. So in this area, there are a lot of man-made structures, but what I'm looking for is it close by? Is it right on the tip of that point? Is there a grass patch down there? I know there's grass, and I know that there's man-made structures in the area, but I want to see exactly what's on that point. So we're starting to come up on the point right now, and you can see some of the man-made structure, maybe some grass patches off to the left, down towards the bottom of the side scan. And then on the right side, you can see the brighter return, which is going to be a little bit harder. It's going to be some of that chunk rock that's up on the bank, but I'm not seeing anything specific on that point right now. There's a little bit of scattered rock and stuff like that, but nothing specific that I can identify that had that fish holding. It just might be on that point because it's moving from the main lake back to the back of these creeks and these arms in order to spawn. Well, it's been pretty tough out here. I switched it up and started doing a little bit of finesse stuff, and it's just not happening out here. It's just really tough. Pretty cold still, water's staying cold, and it's just tough fishing out here. Well, guys, that's a wrap for day one. It was a pretty tough day out on the water. Literally only caught 1 fish. Later on in the day, I ended up getting 1 bite on a Carolina rig. Just went to set the hook, fish wasn't there. I can see a lot of fish in like the 20 foot, 15 foot zone, even out a little bit deeper sometimes, but I don't know how to catch those fish right now. I'm gonna try maybe doing some finesse stuff, but today was a little bit hard with all that wind and everything. Even in the wind protected areas, there was still a fair amount of wind blowing around. It made it hard to fish that finesse stuff. But I really like to dial in that crankbait bite if there is one. 1 fish doesn't really mean there's a bite. But we still got a lot of work to do, and I appreciate you guys watching today's video, and I will see you bright and early for day 2 of practice out here on Lake Havasu tomorrow. Much different conditions. We got no wind this morning. Yesterday was howling wind and super cold. It's still a little bit cold out here, but nothing like it was yesterday. With the less wind that we have today, it's gonna open up the rest of the lake. I'm looking forward to being able to run around here a little bit easier, fish some of the stuff that I wasn't able to fish yesterday, and hopefully I can put a couple more fish in the boat today, because it was really, really tough yesterday. I literally only got 1 fish in the boat, and I might have gotten 1 other bite. I'm not even 100% sure it was a bite, but
if it was on a Carolina rig in some pretty deep water. These fish still seem to be in their winter pattern, but they're gonna be on the move, so we gotta keep paying attention to what those fish are doing because it's right on the cusp of the spawn, and any day now, those fish are gonna wanna move up and start moving into those spawning areas. So let's get that drone up in the air, let's get some footage of this launch, and let's get out in the water and start trying to put the pieces of Lake Havasu together. Well guys, boat's launched. It's time to go fishing. Time to go try to figure out how to get some bites out here. Everybody I talk to, the bite pretty much sucks. So we just gotta be willing to adapt, be willing to adjust. Don't be afraid to pay attention to that shallow bite because there's a really good chance the shallow bite will be there by the time the tournament starts. I don't think they're gonna be on beds yet, but you never know. So you gotta keep it honest, you gotta keep checking it.
Big, whatever it is. Holy cow. This is a big something. Stay on, fish. What is this? Giant fish. Giant fish. Whatever it is. Well guys, if we were in a carp tournament, I think we'd be on something, but we're not. So although it was cool, it's definitely not what we need. Thing ate it just like it would eat a bass would eat a jig. At first I thought it was a big largemouth or a big smallmouth, but then pretty quick with how big it felt, I knew it probably wasn't. But you never know until you get it, and then eventually I was able to get it close enough to the boat and could tell it was a big old huge carp. Ate it right in the mouth. Thankfully I was able to get it out of its mouth without having to bring it on board and getting everything all slimy and gross. But it's cold, it's now pretty windy. It wasn't windy this morning, but now it is, and I have a feeling we're gonna be dealing with it all day long.
Well guys, it got cold again. I had to put my blade jacket on. This thing's actually pretty legit. I'm liking it a lot. If you need rain gear, you got to check out the Buck and Bass rain gear. It's impossible to beat. And then if you just need something for these really cold days to cut down that wind, then that spray's coming on off the water when you hit a wave or something like that, this blade jacket's great for that. Check them out. So far, tough morning so far. It's cold, windy now, and we only caught a carp. So we got some work to do for sure. I don't know, maybe that stroker crawl's a sleeper when it comes to carp fishing.
There we go. Got one finally. Old hair jig fish. 5-pound test again. Here we go. Doesn't feel big, but you never know. Let's just land this guy though, at least, so we can see how big he is. Dumold's hair jig got bit. Oh, maybe he is bigger than I thought. Just gotta tire him out. We got people coming by, we don't need them to see. Don't need them to see. Where you at, brother? Come on, I'm gonna put you back. I'm gonna put you back. I didn't even feel this bite when he bit. I have no idea the size of this fish. When you got 5-pound test, it's impossible to really know. It could be big, could be small, we got no idea. Might be big since it's going out to deep water now. Come on, fish. Coming up. Let's get an eye on you. Might be a largemouth, I can't tell. It is a largemouth. Going back down. Nice little largemouth right there. There we go. Choke that hair jig, guys. Down in his throat. Look at that eye. His eye's been jacked before. Hair jig, deep down there. Deep down there. Here we go, guys. Got one.
Well, guys, the old hair jig got one. Made that myself with my bullet nose jig and some hair that I got from Do It Molds. Making hair jigs is really, really cool. They're just a pretty simple thing, but when the bite gets tough, they can be super, super effective. That's a good sign because I like throwing a hair jig. It's kind of nerve-wracking in a tournament because you got such a light line, but at least we got another fish in the boat. Largemouth too, which is kind of interesting. I would have thought that was going to be a smallmouth, but you know, on Derby Day, you don't really care if it's a smallmouth or a largemouth. You just need fish in the skeeter. But we're going to keep bouncing around, plugging along, and see if we can't get another fish or two.
There we go. There we go. Little guy, little smallmouth this time. About 3/4 of the way back. I don't even think he's a keeper, but at least it's a bite. At least it's a bite. You don't normally catch small ones like these at Havasu. Usually you're catching 2, 3, 4 pounders, but you know what? On days like today, we'll take it. There we go. There we go. Got one on the drop shot finally. Feels like maybe it might be a smallie. Not positive though. Oh no, it's another largemouth. Another largemouth. There's a brush pile down there. We're gonna have to mark that guy. Brush pile and 20 foot of water, 25 foot of water, something like that. Oh, it's a good one too. It's a good one on the drop shot. Here we go. There we go. My camera died, so here we go. Drop shot, got it. These are the kind of fish that we need, guys. These are the kind of fish that we need. Guy was in. That guy was in the. That guy was in the brush pile. Real thick. There we go. Got one.
Well, long day out on the water for 3 fish, but you know what? I'm happy with that considering yesterday was even tougher. The wind got in the way yesterday for sure. Still breezy today, but you know, we found a few different bites today. Both are finesse, but you know, it's just one of those things where you gotta fish what the fish are gonna bite. And right now, it's the finesse stuff. Had a crankbait yesterday. Hopefully we can start expanding on it, maybe get some jig fish and get a few different areas to go to. But overall, I'm satisfied with how today turned out, and looking forward to tomorrow. Looking forward to trying to put more of these pieces of the puzzle together and trying to find a game plan come Derby Day. Well, good morning, guys. Another day out here on Lake Havasu, and we got my buddy Bo McNeely in the boat. Bo is the co-angler champion of the One Bass US Open. He won that back in what, like 2018? 2019 One Bass US Open co-angler champion. He's in the boat today. We got some work to do. There's fish to catch out here. We just got to figure out how to catch them. Yesterday was decent, but it was still a grind for me. We need to go stumble upon some fish. Find areas where they're going to be bedding, because it sounds like they want to do that. They're just not quite there yet. Waterland is my sunglasses sponsor. These are my Waterlands. These are the Slaunch frames, green mirrors. Use discount code LUNA15. Guys, they are going to be cruising. They're going to be on beds here pretty soon, and we're going to be needing to cut down that glare. Need a good pair of polarized sunglasses in order to do that. So discount code for Waterland is LUNA15. Waterlandcode.com. Use discount code LUNA15. 6 Sense Fishing, guys, of course, you guys know all about them. I promote them all the time. Discount code for them is LUNA10. And then, as always, if you're into tackle making, please use my affiliate link that is in the description of today's video. That affiliate link shows that my content's getting to you guys and that you guys are supporting me and the channel. It's the way that they are tracking my content, so make sure to use my affiliate link when you buy anything from the Do It Molds website. But enough talking, let's go fishing. Let's go!
That's grass. Felt like a fish at first. No. Is it a fish? That's a fish, man. Oh. Oh. It's a big one.
Crazy, dude. Didn't get you a picture of that Slaunch donkey? Oh, that's a good 4 or 5 pounder right there.
Interesting.
You got a weight on or a scale on you?
Yeah.
I'd weigh that just to get a good permanent idea. Especially like for someone like me who hasn't seen a fish in a couple of months, you know?
Get in the boat, brother. I'm gonna put you back.
Yeah, those things are getting ready to start really munching. You watch tomorrow, it's gonna be on. Everybody's gonna be catching shit, everybody found shit tomorrow.
It's a big one, dude. Oh.
Oh man, oh, that's a good one.
Dude. Look at that. Look at that thing.
She ain't getting ready to pop, man.
That's a big one, man.
Oh, you got your video on?
Yeah, check that thing out. That's a fat guy. Up shallow, some grass. That's a big old fish right there, man. That's so rad. Picture time. All right, guys, so we're gonna weigh this guy and see how much she weighs. Big one, that's for sure. All right. Let's see here. Scale says 537. I don't know, I'm thinking it might be bigger than that, but that's what the scale says. Not bad. Put her back. Hopefully you can get her to go on game day. Fun, fun, fun stuff.
Well, guys, that was pretty rad, I'm not gonna lie. First real big fish of the trip, and it was right up on the bank, some shallow grass, spawning area, perfect spawning area. I saw this main lake point that led into this spawning area, and I figured I'm gonna go fish it. Low light in the morning, up shallow, big one. Hopefully that's a deal that we can just run around and get some of these fish that are moving up. That one may not be here come tournament time, because it's so shallow already. Maybe it'll be bed. It might be already spawned out by the time the tournament starts. But we'll have to just see. Hopefully we can get something going. Leads us in the right direction.
That is cold, dog. Look at that. Look at that.
Neutralizing.
That wasn't in reverse? I'm like, man, I'm really giving it a shove.
Looking for the shot.
Well, midday update is we suck. We've got that one fish. I don't even think we've gotten another bite, let alone caught any more fish. The bite's so good, Bo fell asleep. Literally, he fell asleep in the boat. But that's all right. Gotta get a little power nap every now and then. But we're working hard, we're grinding out here. It's not happening. I've thrown crankbaits, spinnerbaits, chatterbaits, Carolina rig, jig, who knows, swim baits, all kinds of stuff, and still nothing. The wind's blowing again. It's cold again because the wind's blowing, and yeah, we're doing the best we can. It's just not working. Well guys, I don't really know what to say. It is brutally tough out there. I caught that big fish this morning and I literally didn't get another bite all day long. Neither did Bo. We ran all the way to the Bill Williams, went all the way back, fished some history, fished some new water, and nothing. I literally probably had, I don't know, 15 to 20 rods on my deck by the end of the day. You name it, we threw it, except for some finesse stuff, which I think I'm gonna have to do more of tomorrow and then the next day. Thankfully, we still have 2 more days of practice left because I need it. Clear cut. I'm struggling out here. Sounds like everybody else is struggling for the most part too, but this is Havasu. Guys are gonna catch them. That's the norm out here. Guys figure it out and catch big bags of smallmouth and largemouth bass. The spawn deal seems like it's probably not gonna happen, but we got some warm weather coming the next couple days. It could start warming up that water, get some of those fish to start cruising, which would be good. It would make the fishing better, most likely. But we got a lot of work to do the next couple days, and stay tuned. You're gonna see it all unfold, and hopefully the next couple days we got some better videos. Might go in the river tomorrow, not really sure what the game plan is, but we're gonna be out there fishing hard. Good morning, everybody. Another day out here on Lake Havasu. Still got a lot of work to do. We got today and tomorrow left for practice out here, and we got to find something. We've got nothing really to go on right now, nothing consistent, no consistent bites. So it's almost like we're starting from scratch. We have a little bit of stuff that's pointing us in the right direction. Gotten a couple of good bites on reaction baits, but nothing that I feel like I can consistently say I can go do this and catch fish. But we're gonna come out here and we're gonna start trying to continue to put the puzzle together piece by piece, but it's been a struggle. But we're gonna get out here, we're gonna do the best we can, and we're gonna fish hard all day long, probably till close to dark, because that's what we gotta do in order to find these fish. Gotta make up for lost time. So that's it, guys. Enough talking. Let's go fishing. Let's try to catch some of these desert bass. Let's go. So the first spot wasn't a total loss, got bit on a secondary point on a jig. I put an underspin on, a real small one, and then I also put on a split shot setup and then a swim bait that I can just bomb cast on straight braid and hopefully get a big one to come up and eat it. No wind today, it's starting to get warm already. It's only 9 o'clock, got the sweatshirts off, which is the first time the whole trip so far. So weather's definitely changing, and no wind out here for a change. It's glass calm. Still got a lot of day left, and just gotta start trying to get some bites. It's just, these fish just don't want to cooperate.
Well, we gotta bust out the rally donuts, because even on this part of the lake and the stuff that we're doing today, we're still not getting bit. I don't know what to do, guys. This is super frustrating, super annoying. I'm trying everything I can to get some bites and it's just not happening. I have no idea what these fish are doing. It's super tough out here, busting out the rally donuts, trying to get something to happen. Finally caught a bass today, guys. There's better ones on these points, I'm sure of it. But at least we caught a fish, and I feel like I have some confidence. I saw some fish on the point just back from me, so I'm glad that I at least got that one to bite. It was a little guy, but I had caught it on the weedless Midwest finesse jig that I pour myself. And then I cut down a 6 cents shaky worm, divine shaky worm, watermelon candy color, and just cut it down so it give it a nice little profile. But we got one in the boat, and I'm excited about that finally. Not a keeper, but it is what it is. So what I'm trying to do right now is just trying to see if I can get another bite doing this Ned rig deal. I'd feel a lot better about it if I could get 2 bites doing it. It's definitely not something I'm gonna win this tournament doing, but it could put a couple key fish in the boat. It's just a great way to maybe get a limit, a good way to just add a fish or two, maybe coal if possible. But basically, I just need to get some more confidence doing this in order to hopefully feel better about doing it in the tournament.
So the biggest plus out of that whole thing, just that little fish, clues me in that those fish are on some of those points. Sometimes the smallmouth will get on these little points, and you can just kind of pick one off here and there. The last point, I saw 2 different smallmouth on there. I couldn't get a good look at them, so it's nice to know that that point right there had some smallmouth on it. So I have a feeling I'm gonna be doing that for sure in the river. It's a great way to catch a couple fish. Sometimes they're small like that, but I have caught, you know, a couple 3-pounders, 3.5 pounders doing this exact thing. So it's just something that I got to keep in my back pocket. I'd like to find something that I think is gonna hold more fish, but for the time of year, those might replenish. They're coming up. It's the best when they're shallow like that and you can see them. The best I've ever done is when you can actually see those fish, and they did show themselves, so that's a good sign. And these smallmouth can sometimes be a little bit less targeted up here in the river because a lot of people come up here and try to do largemouth fishing. Well guys, I'm up in the river right now, and I just tried to look for some spawning beds, went through some tulies and stuff, and I didn't even find any cruisers or anything. I saw one fish kind of duck out pretty quick, but other than that, I literally didn't see a single fish. I saw some old beds that maybe were when the water level was a little bit higher, but nothing that's current as of right now. I don't know what to do. This is getting really frustrating, I'm not gonna lie. Final day of practice out here on Lake Havasu. The Major League Fishing Toyota Series event starts tomorrow. Practice has been rough. I've literally caught 5 fish in about 5 days now. It's been brutal. This video and this entire Major League Fishing Toyota Series Western Division is all brought to you guys by GCI Outdoors, 6 Sense Fishing, Waterland Fishing Optics, and Dual Molds. Please support those companies, guys. It really makes a big difference, and it makes it possible for me to get out here and do these videos and fish these tournaments. Well, guys, let's get going out on the day and see what we can come up with, see if we can't scrap a few fish. So let's get out here. Let's try to catch some fish. Well, guys, the struggle continues. I've been fishing out here for a couple hours now and still brutal. I've flipped a little bit. I have thrown a crankbait. I've thrown a hair jig. I've thrown a little swim bait. I've thrown a bunch of different stuff and nothing is working. Practice for this Lake Havasu event has been brutal. I don't know what else to say. This is probably one of the toughest, most frustrating practices I've ever had, because in the past, I've at least been able to catch a few fish on stuff that I feel confident in, but everything that I've caught a fish on has been so random, so onesie, twosie. There's no consistency whatsoever. Well, guys, that's a wrap for practice. I gotta say, this is probably one of the toughest practices I've ever had. Tournament fishing. I've had some tough tournaments where I didn't catch fish or I finished really, really bad, but I at least caught fish during practice. Even the last time out here at Lake Havasu, that was a tough practice. I still got some bites, and I still felt going into the tournament I could go out and catch a couple fish. I didn't know how many fish I could catch, but after the 5 days I've had out here on Lake Havasu, I honestly don't know what to expect tomorrow. I'm gonna run the bites that I did get in practice and see how things go, but we're just have to make some adjustments on the fly. We're gonna have to do some things that we didn't do in our practice period out here. I don't know what to expect for tomorrow, but I'm gonna fish hard. I'm gonna give it everything I have. But looking forward to tomorrow. I'm optimistic, to say the least. I did get a couple good bites in practice, so if we can kind of duplicate that in different areas of the lake and just, you know, find some bites. That's the key, is we got to find 5 solid bites, and they're out there. Guys will catch fish tomorrow. I think overall the field's going to struggle, but guys will catch fish tomorrow. Guys are going to smash fish tomorrow. It's tournament fishing. It's the way it goes. Somebody's going to do it. Why not me? So we're going to go out there. We're going to give it everything that we got. Fish hard until the last minute and see where the chips fall at the end of the day. But we got at least 2 days of tournament fishing. Wind's gonna blow on day 2, so I don't know what to expect for that. With the way things are going, who knows, might get canceled. And then I don't know what they're gonna do, if everybody's gonna fish day 3 or not. So we'll see.
I got one. We will take that one. All right.
Matt Luna, Santee, California Pro.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are out at Lake Havasu for the first day of the Major League Fishing Toyota Series event out here on Lake Havasu. Excited to be out here. Practice has been brutal though. I've literally caught 5 fish in 5 days. The fish just are in this weird funky mood where they just don't want to eat anything, it seems like. Caught a couple good ones in practice, and hopefully we got enough clues from the bites that we did get in order to go out here and run some water and catch a couple fish and bring in a limit to the scales.
Lake Havasu is finally fixing to go down in about 2 minutes. 64! Coming through 64.
Here we go. Well, morning update is the bite's still brutal. Hasn't changed anything for me. Trying to run everything that I got bit doing in practice, and it's not working at all. So we're gonna have to change things up and just keep grinding it out and just hopefully stumble upon something and put some fish in this boat. So I officially got my first bite of the day. It's 1 o'clock and a smallie came up and tried to eat my little darter head swim bait combo. Actually bit it. I saw the big old brown blob behind my bait after I got the bite, and it just didn't eat it all the way, and fortunately we're not bringing that guy to the scales right now. Oh! I got one. It's a big smallie. Come on, get in the boat. Yes! Yes!
Nice job.
It's not as big as I thought, but we will take that one. Can't believe that's such a bummer for you. You just had that one on. Well, we finally got on the board, guys. Took all day. Took till 2 o'clock, so not a good thing, but at least we got one. My co-angler just lost, it looked like a good largemouth on like a Ned rig or something, but just the same little spot. These two fish just ate right at the same exact time. It was crazy. There's one. There's one. Striper, dang it.
You want him in the boat?
I got him.
Okay.
Oh man. Probably. You got me going. Oh, my camera's on. Got me going, but that's not what we need.
Are we still going?
Part of me thinks we should stay in this spot for some reason, but I don't know. We fished it twice and no bites. There we go. Be a keeper, please. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, stay on fish. Well, that was heartbreaking. We just literally lost 3.5, 4 pound smallmouth. It's coming to the boat, doing its thing, pull and drag, and hook just comes flying out. Nothing I could have done. It's just fishing, but it's definitely frustrating. Well guys, pretty brutal. That one I lost is gonna haunt me for sure. Really frustrating. You can't let fish like that come off. I wish I would have figured out the darter head thing sooner. It's something I like to do. I should have been doing it all day long, and I probably could have caught a couple fish for sure in the morning and really had a better day. Probably gonna do that a lot more tomorrow. We'll have to see. We're gonna go weigh in our one fish. It's probably like 2 pounds. It's nothing crazy, but we'll see.
Matt Luna, Santee, California Pro, put one fish for your bag today. I love it. Little dog's thirsty. We got one for the pro. Matt Luna is going to go 3 pounds even. 3 pounder on the dot.
Oh, you got one?
Yeah, I got one.
There you go, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Well guys, I'm back at the hotel, and tough day overall. Only weighed one fish. It was a 3 pounder, but crazy enough, that puts me in 73rd place. We got 104 boats, I heard, in the tournament. One fish, one 3 pounder, puts me in 73rd place. I need to catch him tomorrow. I saw some things today that make me think I got a chance to actually catch him. The fish seemed to move up. I saw a lot of good fish come after my baits in the afternoon today. I had that 3.5, 4 pound smallmouth that you guys saw come off at the boat, which is heartbreaking. That would have been a giant boost. That would have easily put me, you know, mid-pack, maybe even higher than mid-pack. But I think I realistically saw either hooked or saw the fish in the water or bit my bait. I saw 15 pounds of fish today, and the wind just wasn't there enough when I first started throwing that swim bait. But that's what I need to do tomorrow. We're gonna have some wind, so I'm gonna have some other baits tied up and ready to go too. The jerk bait could be a player if they go shallow enough. But I'm excited to go out there tomorrow. Tomorrow is like literally the first day that I'm actually really excited to go fishing out here this entire trip, since I realized it was incredibly tough out here. There we go. There we go.
Matt Luna, Santee, California Pro, had 3 pounds.
All right, well, day 2 is starting right now. Yesterday was rough. Not gonna lie, but I saw some things yesterday during the tournament that I'm hoping will pan out today. I think the wind that we got today is gonna help us out. We shall see. You never know until you get out there, fish the spots, get the bites, and then get them in the boat. Because like yesterday, you guys saw I lost that big one right at the boat. Co-angler is right there. 4.5 or 4 pound smallmouth just comes off. Hook just comes right out of its mouth. She swims away to be caught another day. But day number 2, gotta smash them to make up a bunch of ground, put myself in a deep hole. So going out here, going to fish and see how it goes. Let's go. There we go. Yeah. Just be a bass. Striper. There we go. There we go. I don't know if it's a keeper, but maybe. We'll see. I don't think so.
There's no way.
It's 13, right? Mouth closed?
Yeah.
It's closed, man. I think it goes. Got one.
Close.
It's worth the risk. Well, we got a midday update and the bite sucks. We're doing the best we can to get some fish. We got a couple, we got the one smallmouth in the morning, barely squeaked to 13 inches. And then a couple striper bites, maybe another jig bite. I don't know, there might've been striper ready or something, but it's just brutal. I thought that with this wind, the darter head thing would work, but it's definitely not happening. The wind isn't as bad as it was this morning. It laid down a little bit, but we're just gonna keep plugging away and see what we can find. Can you find them? I got one. Yeah, I think so. I'm not 100% sure, but it felt like it was pulling at one point. Yeah, I got one on. Striper again, dude. Yep. Well guys, I'm not gonna lie, this was an embarrassing tournament. I was partially tempted to want to just throw that fish back, but because of you guys, because of my sponsors, I'm gonna go weigh that fish in. I'm honestly hoping it's gonna measure, because I measured it in the boat and it went 13. My co-angler looked at it, he thought it looked 13 as well, but you never know. If the measuring boards aren't exact, there's a chance it's gonna come in short. But I measured it in the boat like you guys saw this morning, and it went. We're gonna go weigh in, we're gonna get the jersey on, and we're gonna go walk through that weigh-in and weigh in our one fish proudly. But it was a grind, it was a tough tournament, and it's just super unfortunate, super defeating, and kind of embarrassing, I'm not gonna lie.
Matt Luna, Santee, California Pro, had 3 pounds even on day one, but it's been a tough tournament on you, man. But one fish today for £1.03. Thanks, man. Appreciate you fishing with us.
Well guys, that's a wrap for Lake Havasu. I just gotta chalk this one up to a learning experience. I don't really know what else to say. It was horrible. The entire time I was out here, the bite was horrible for me. I was never on anything whatsoever. Each day of practice, the tournament, thought I found something yesterday that would have translated into being better today, but it just wasn't the case. I just wasn't able to get the bites. My fish was 1 pound 3 ounces today, so it gives my whole tournament total 4 pounds 3 ounces. I got to figure out how to catch fish on this lake, because if I keep fishing tournaments out here, I got to figure out how to catch them at Lake Havasu, because a lot of tournaments are here at Havasu, and I got to start figuring it out, and I just can't manage to do that. So big thank you to GCI Outdoors, 6 Sense Fishing, Waterland Fishing Optics, and Duables for their support and making it happen for me to be out here. Without them, I wouldn't be able to be out here doing this stuff and gaining the experience and having fun and being able to put out this kind of content for you guys to watch. Fortunately, not a lot of fish catches in this trip, but that's just the way it goes, I guess. But thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure to check out the description for the discount codes and affiliate links for all the different sponsors that I mentioned in today's video. So again, thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.